A very good morning, dear friends. Ninth grader, I hope you all are good at home. As per discussion in IT, we are discussing about Unit 5, that was green skills. So, we are continuing with the same unit with next topic today. Today's topic is conservation of natural resources. How to conserve the natural resources, how to protect the resources, how to utilize the resources, or how to save the resources for future. So that is the concept of conservation. So conservation means to say use of resources with responsible behavior. It means while you are using any resource, you have to protect it, you have to save it, you have not to waste the resources, you have not to spoil the resources. So you have to behave like a responsible person. Use your resources with a responsible behavior. You should be responsible. So what will be the effect? We have to think priorly. Afterward, we can use the resources as a responsible person. So conservation of natural resources, because natural resources are like your air, water, soil. So we have to conserve these such type of resources that should not be ended, that should not be finished, because it is the lifeline of a human being. So for that we are having a one major formula that can be known as triple R, that can be known as 3R formula. What is 3R formula? 3R means we have to reduce, we have to recycle, and we have to reuse. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. This is the formula to save our resources or to conserve our resources. So what is the concept of reduce? We have to reduce the use of unnecessary resources. We have to save the resources. That much resources are required, we will use only that much resources, we will not waste our resources. So how we can reduce? Here are some examples also given. Like whenever we are using the white paper for printing, so we should use the paper for printing on both sides. We should not waste the paper one sided without printing. Whenever we are communicating with someone, we can use the concept of email either than using the paperwork. We have to save the paper, so email is the medium for paperless communication. We can use email services. Third one is cloth napkin. Either than using the paper napkin, we have to use the cloth napkin. It will also save our environment. It will also protect our natural resources. Avoid disposable. Whenever we are using some pots at home, we are using the resources, we should not use the resources that are in disposable form, like paper plate, like disposable glasses, spoons. So avoid to use the disposable items. And next is use the durable goods. It means that are for a long life, warranty period is more, you can use for a longer time. These types of resources we will take from the market. We will use the goods that are good quality, so we need not to take it again and again, and we can use the same for a longer life. That's why we can use the concept of reduce. Next concept is reuse. Reuse means to say don't throw any specific resource after using once. If it is possible to reuse it, so we have to reuse the resources for other work. Maybe task should be different, purpose should be different, but we can use the resources. For example, we are having old pot in the kitchen. Suppose we are having the pots at home. First we are using for some specific purpose. Afterward we can use the same pots in our kitchen for keeping the gradients. We can use the old tires. Suppose we are having old tires, we need not to throw these tires. We can use the old tire with new resole. It means we will get it, send it to the factory for resole, and after getting rubber with resole, we can reuse the resources. We need not to take new resources. Used wood. Sometimes we are throwing the wood that is useless for us. But either than throwing the resource, either than throwing the wood, it's better to use the old wood in the handicraft work. It means wooden craft when we are making. In wooden craft, we can use the olden wood either than taking the new resources. Old newspapers. We can utilize the old newspapers after reading in the packaging work. So we have to pack the item. We need not to take the silver roll or paper from the market. We can use the old newspapers for packing the items. Rough paper for notes. Generally it happens whenever we are in education sector, we are throwing a lot of notebooks and papers in dustbin. We are not using the resources, even they are useful for you, they are empty. So it's better to use the resources to making them the rough notes. You have to use the rough paper for notes or your study concept, either than taking the new notebook from the market, because it will save the environment also, it will save paper also, it will save your cost also. Donate extra clothes. Everybody is having some additional clothes that we are using very rarely, and we are not interested in wearing these such clothes. It's better to throw the clothes to donate to someone. In the streets, a number of small childs are wandering, a poor people are there, they are the needy person, so it's better to donate these extra clothes to these people either than throwing them outside. Next is recycling. Recycling means to say to convert the usable item in raw material and after recycle make it a new product. It means after using the product we can recycle the product. For recycling we will convert the item in raw material first, and afterward we will make the new item from the raw material item. So how we can use? Always buy the product that is environmental friendly. Environment should not be spoiled. It means the product which we are using, it should be eco-friendly, it should be environment friendly, it should not pollute more in your society. So use the environment friendly products and buy the goods which can be recycled again and again. Generally we know that if we are using the cardboard can be reused again and again after recycling process. So either than using the wooden product, we will use the cardboard items, we will use some paper that can be recycled again and again, and that can help to prepare the new items. Suppose we are having the cardboard box. After using the box we are throwing in dustbin. It's better to throw in dustbin to sell it to the specific shopkeeper. That shopkeeper will send the item in the factory, and after recycling it will again prepared with a new cardboard box. So this type of concepts are used to conserve of natural resources. Conservation of resources is required, otherwise that will be finished after some time and we will not be survive without these resources. To sustain in the environment we need to conserve the resources. Now next topic, environment protection and conservation. How to protect the environment? The first major concept we have recently discussed, that is 3R. So we have to reduce, reuse and recycle the products. Second concept, that is educate. Education is the main concept. Without literacy rate increasing, we cannot contact with the person, we cannot understand the use of natural resources. So it's better to start celebrating the Earth Day, it's better to start selling the Pollution Day, World Environment Day, it's better to start one Cleanliness Day for the same. So these types of resources are available due to the education, so we should be educated first, afterward we will understand the use of conservation of resources. Third point, conserve water. We have to save the water. Don't waste the water. If we are able to use the water in one glass, then why we will need to use the water in a bucket? Sometimes it happens we want to wash our hands. For washing our hands, we are putting our hand in a bucket. In bucket we are having 10-liter water. That same work can be done in within only half liter max. So it's better to save the water, it's better to conserve the water. Shop wisely. Shop wisely means to say you have to reduce the shopping. Always take the products that are long life. You should take the product that is having long warranty period. So shop wisely means to say you have to reduce your cost also, you have to save your product also, and you have to use the product for a long life. Fifth point, use energy efficient light bulb. Government is behind to save the energy, so for that a person should have a duty to use the LED lights or CFL lights that will approximately save the energy by 3 by 4. It means we can save approximately 75% energy if we will use the energy efficient light bulbs. Next is plant a tree. Plantation is the major factor that will directly interacting with the your environment. So day by day plantation is getting decreased, plantation area is getting decreased, so we have to grow new plants in our society or our neighborhood. Where we are getting space that can be eco-friendly, we have to plantation for new trees. And next last one, that is use non-toxic chemical. Never throw the items that will mix up and spoil the water. So always use non-toxic chemicals that should not spoil the water. And the major concept in current lifetime, we are using a number of vehicles for our daily routine. It's better to save the petrol and diesel. For that, we can use the motorbikes where it is necessary to save the amount, to save the environment. So when it is not mandatory to use the car, you can use the motorbike. Either you can use the concept of e-rickshaw. That is also pollution free and environment friendly for the current scenario. So in today's topic we have discussed about conservation of natural resources. After covering this topic, your session 1 of unit 5 has been completed. Dear students, if you are facing any doubt in any specific point, you can contact me on my WhatsApp number. My WhatsApp number, it is 999118890. In next session, we will meet with the next video. So thank you. Have a nice day.